Hi YouTube and welcome back to my Let's Play Aion. Alright, so we left off with the last episode and Slonadru was going to meet up with the disguised, the Shogo disguised, oh I forget what his name is, but anyway. And we're supposed to meet over here by the bridge, but it's daytime, and he only shows up here after dark. And if you look at the mini-map in the bottom right corner, in the very, very bottom right of the mini-map, there's a little blue circle with a yellow in the middle. That's actually indicating what time of day it is. And that's a sun in a blue sky, so it's basically showing that it's daytime right now. And if you mouse over, it'll actually give you the server time and that kind of thing. And so I went ahead and kept going on to this little kind of way station here, and I'm dropping off and picking up a number of quests that I have. And then later on, when it's nighttime, and you'll see a little moon in that little time icon there, and then we can go back and we can talk to our little disguised friend at that point. Alrighty. So right now we're just picking up a whole bunch of quests again. Like getting blue crystals from these golem things and that kind of stuff. Alright, oh yes, and she gives me some blessings. One is actually a pair of pants, actually, I think. Or, no, I got those, I forget, but anyway. Oh yeah, a pair of boots is what she's giving me, plus a number of things. I'm getting a scroll, an amulet, and a special event thing that'll actually turn me into something called an Inkwin, which I'm not quite sure what it is. I think they look like penguins, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw a number of people waddling around looking like penguins. I decided not to actually do that with this particular episode, though. I actually get some kind of bonuses for doing the transformation and stuff, but maybe in another episode in the future, maybe I'll use them. We'll see. So here I'm just kind of looking over everything and just kind of reading through it and like, okay, so what do I want to do? That kind of thing. And at first I forgot that I actually get all three of those rewards, plus I have to choose one additional award below. And for some reason that I had to select from both categories. I wasn't thinking at the time. I should know better by now playing this game, but I didn't. So anyway, alright, so there we go. And now she has a second blessing to give me. I'll accept that. And we get a bunch of scrolls, including a greater running scroll. I think someone recently commented that I should be using greater running scrolls. I can run faster. I'm like, sure, that's great, except that I forget to use them, and I actually didn't have any anyway. I hadn't picked any up until now, so I will try using them here and there as I need to. But I still am going to edit out a lot of the running that I do between things here and there, just because otherwise these episodes will get kind of slow anyway. And I want to be able to put more action into the 15 to 20 minutes episodes rather than just me doing a lot of running around and stuff. Here I was just deciding to check out this area, and I think there's like airships that show up there, which is why they have this camp in the first place. Alright. So we've got, oh yeah, we've got to find the bones of, I forget the name of them again. But we'll take care of that this episode still. And we gotta go after those Pekus and a whole bunch of new quests. Alright. And then the next area after this area will actually be an area where we get to fly in again, which is kind of cool. I actually filmed a bunch of footage that I don't have enough time to do all in one episode today. I actually played for a couple hours the other day, and what's cool is, you know, I ended up going to that area, and which is cool. But I decided before continuing on and questing in that area for too much longer, that I was going to kind of cross off a few other things off my list. I am almost level 20 now, and there's a number of things that I hadn't done in Altgard yet, and I have some things back at Pandemonium, the capital city, that I need to run around and do, and I probably need to do some more training, that kind of thing. And so that's actually all the stuff that I ended up doing while I was filming all this, and that will be in, if not next week's episode, maybe the episode after that, because there's a ton of footage I haven't included in this episode yet. So what we'll be seeing in the next episode or two is me going first to the next questing area, but then flying back and going ahead and going and running around and completing some Altgard and some Pandemonium things that I needed to finish up first. And part of that, I didn't even realize I wasn't paying attention. I know that we recently had an upgrade to the game, so there must have been, I mean, since it's free to play, all the upgrades are free. And now the class that I'm playing, the Technist class, and I think I've mentioned this in lots of previous episodes, where most other classes, there's have a single class, but then you have two options once you hit level 10 and you ascend at which way you want to go. And I was saying that the Technist only had the one option, the Gunslinger, and that was it. I couldn't choose to do Gunslinger or something else. And they finally added a second subclass to Technist. So you can either be a Gunslinger or you can be, you can have either tech. And so when we get to that other questing area, and we'll start running into these people now, people who've leveled past level 10 in the Aether Tech, and they're basically looking like people who are driving these big robots and things. And I'm like, oh man, that looks cool. I want that. But I don't have a choice anymore. I've leveled past that now. I don't know if cause since I can't go back and change what I am. I mean, I could always start a new character and level her up as an Aether Tech, but I don't know if maybe I'll do that for a future series. Although I would skip the first 10 levels, obviously, because the first 10 levels for any of these Aion classes is pretty much identical, other than, the type of fighting that I can do. But other than that, it's, it's the same quest, etc. But then starting with level 10, well, it's still all the same quests, though, one way or the other anyway, just with a different type of character. So I suppose I have a couple of options. I can continue with the Gunslinger, which, I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with her. Or I could go ahead and level at Aether Tech up to level 20 and then continue the series at that point with the Aether Tech. So, if you're watching this video still at this point and you have any interest, I mean, I'm doing these kind of as Let's Plays, so I do appreciate input from my viewers. So, if you're watching this, you're actually interested enough in my episodes to watch this far into a video, what would you prefer me do? Continue leveling Slonadru as a Gunslinger and just take her all the way up to the max level? Or should I take a pause on the series, level up an Aether Tech instead, up to level 20, and then continue the series from that point on? So those are my two options. And actually I would probably just restart a new series, but I would start it with that series at level 20 rather than from level 1, since I've already kind of gone through all the quests that way, and there really is no point in redoing a series from the beginning with a new class, just because you'll just see the new class doing the exact same stuff that you've been watching me do. Oh yeah, so here's the Minushan's Spirit. The first time I ever had this quest, I swear I ran around for hours looking to how to trigger this stupid quest, and you have to click on the bones. And I could not figure it out for the life of me. I read the quest thing for a long time, and I ultimately ended up having to look through a Wikipedia walkthrough, and they finally say you have to go here and click on these modes. I'm like, oh, finally. For some reason, I don't know why, I just could not figure out this quest. I felt like such an idiot once I read the walkthrough. I'm like, oh, pff, why didn't I think of that? So anyway, yeah. So she needs a bit of healing here because she just had to deal with a bunch of those pecus and then the spirit at the same time. So I'm just kind of looking at, like, okay, what's my best option healing wise here? What gives me the most bang for my buck? Alright, so now that I've done that, I kind of have to go back to that camp before I can go forward to the next area where I can fly again. And since it's now, it's getting to be close to nighttime, you can kind of tell it looks kind of dusky out. And even though it shows a sun down there, by the time I get back to that camp, yep, there it goes. It just switched to a moon. So it's now officially nighttime in this world. So I can go ahead and find my little disguised friend, the one that's disguised as a shogu. I remember the shogu species, but I don't remember the other ones. Spriggs? That's right, Spriggs. He's a Sprigg disguised as a shogu. That's it. And it's interesting, it's a Sprigg supposedly dressed in shogu clothing to make it look like a shogu, but Spriggs are shorter and chubbier than shogu. So the fact he looks exactly like a shogu doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, whatever. This is a fantasy world after all. Alright, so might as well turn in the spirit quest.
What brings you to these parts?
And then we'll escort our little pal home. Because that's basically what the quest is going to be, is basically got to go meet him. And then we escort him to safety here. He can't get past all of the Angolems and stuff by himself. And then I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up the episode at that point, just because everything else that I did afterwards, it just wouldn't fit nice and neatly into the end of this episode. Not without making this, a half hour to 45 minutes long. My last World of Warcraft one was long enough as it is with 43 minutes, so. And that's because it was a raid. It's difficult to try and go through 10 raid bosses, or 9 in my case since I missed the one, in, less than 40 minutes or something like that. I mean, maybe I could have done it faster, I don't know, but. Alright, yep, and of course, now this is the one thing that they have not fixed or improved in this game that they have fixed in World of Warcraft. When you do escort quests in World of Warcraft, it used to always be like this, where when you're escorting them, they walk very, very slowly, and you either have to switch to a slow walk to stay with them, because if you get too far ahead of them, it breaks the quest. Or you just run ahead and stop, either one. In World of Warcraft, the escort quests used to be like that, but nowadays, I haven't done one in a while, but I've noticed that they've started making escort quests where the person you're escorting runs a lot faster. Or in many cases, they actually just run with you. And keep up with your current speed and stuff, which is so much better. Having to run and wait and run and wait, and yeah, it's pain in butt, let me tell you. And they still have it here. I mean, at least they've got the fast track servers now for faster leveling and things. But the escorts are still slow. Hope that they eventually address that. Not that there's a lot of escort quests in this game that I've come across. There used to be quite a few in World of Warcraft. Not as many there either anymore, but the ones that I have seen in recent year or two have been much improved. Alright, so here we are dropping off our friend, and that will be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment about my question earlier, and thank you. Take care. Until next week. Bye-bye.